Live in downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live.
Oh, that is the way to head into a Friday on a holiday weekend extendo version. That was Jake and John humming a melody, which we are no longer using.
At least for the moment.
The Vienna Chamber Orchestra has joined, or was joined on stage this week by a furry fan. The group was performing a Mendelssohn piece at the International Izmir Festival in Turkey to an audience of classical music aficionados when the pooch just wandered onto the stage. So the dog just plopped himself down next to the first chair violin. Pianist later took to Instagram, calling it the cutest moment in classical music.
You wonder how this dog got on the stage. Where was this dog?
Look at this. We got a guy on here, Riker Begansky. See him?
Riker. Interesting.
Riker
Yeah.
Begansky.
Begansky.
I'm telling you, when the kid goes up against Riker Begansky, he's going to get moitered. Riker Begansky sounds like a wrestling villain.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
Do you know what kind of world domination that I could achieve if my name was Riker Begansky?
No, we didn't grab that video from yesterday. I think you had sent it to me, but it had to do with the new
progressive
type
liberal.
of villain. Yeah, the
There's an
progressive.
actual wrestling villain. I couldn't even believe that regional wrestling still exists, but it does. Like small time, like minor league wrestling. And there's a villain that's getting a lot of notice. He's the progressive liberal. And he's a villain because he plays the crowds mainly in Appalachia and the South and whatnot. Suddenly you can hear me better.
I think I just turned you up a little bit because I had the music and, well, you know.
Our music, of
Yeah.
course.
Good morning, Maria Couch Caucci. Riker has not yet weighed in with his thoughts on what we think of his name. Which
Yeah,
is great.
Riker, you still here?
Bueller.
Well, we have an intimate. This is like a jazz club audience we have going today. Good morning, Vicky Voakis Arumanap. A lot of people heading out for the holiday weekend. This dog loves his job. Shiloh is a Great Pyrenees who watches over dozens of hens on a Lake Worth, Florida chicken farm. He makes sure that they're safe and protected. Shiloh has been with his flock since he was a year old.
Even if it's around a dog's neck.
Yep, there he is, protecting his flock of hens.
It's a lot of.
A dog and his hens.
It's kinda creepy.
Shiloh. Shiloh's a good name for a dog.
Yeah, it is. Kind of a creepy video, though.
A little bit.
Well,
Now,
they're you can see they're pecking at his little collar. They think it's like food or something.
it is shiny, you know. Now, this is something, but take a look at this one.
What you got there? Is this rich and compelling?
No, this actually isn't. This just was, you know, a dog and his hens, and here's a kitten and its ducklings. I mean, it looks overwhelming.
I mean, if you were a kitten, wouldn't you be freaked out by being cornered by a bunch of ducklings? Alex says there was a movie called Shiloh about a dog. That's why you think it's a good name.
I was thinking of the Neil Diamond song, but I think that may have been more about an imaginary friend than
Whatever
a
you
dog.
do, don't play
We
the
don't talk
Neil
about
Diamond song
songs.
Shiloh.
I'm
right
not going to play it.
What is songs?
Music? There was a movie about a dog named Shiloh?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah. It was Shiloh with an H.
Okay. What was it about?
I don't know. I've seen the cover before. I haven't seen the movie.
It's the beard. Jessica thinks that I remind her of Commander Riker from Star Trek Next
Yeah?
Generation. It's got to be the beard.
Yeah?
We have a guy up in sales whose look, his overall look, but mostly his beard, immediately makes me think of the guy from Die Hard, who's not the villain, but like the guy in the office that's like Bonnie Bedelia's co-worker that thinks he's going to
Yeah.
talk his way out of it.
Yeah. Oh, no, nothing's wrong with Neil Diamond. Oh, boy, no, that's not what we're saying. Neil Diamond is probably the best singer-songwriter of the last, full generation, right?
TVs can stay on that side of the monitor, please. So can we sing?
Sure. Shiloh, when I was young, I used to call your name. Yeah.
We're doing this for a whopping Holiday Friday audience of 53 people right now.
Hey, they made it.
Let's see if we can pare it down.
Hold on, because the next Rich and Compelling video might just do it. Ready?
All right.
But without music, this doesn't really so.
Slow music with fast dancing. Nailed it.
Oh, look at that. We have increased 20%.
That's the singing.
It's the singing. What all of you have to ask yourself who are watching right now is what are you doing with your lives that you're spending it with us at this very moment? Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. Look at this in the background. Did you see that?
No. What was that?
It was E-Engineering with earphones in and like 70s style sunglasses on inside.
So typical.
What is going wrong with your lives that you are actually watching this right now on Friday, a 4th of July weekend?
Well, I mean, what are you doing over the weekend? You going up north?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just for a couple of days, and then next week I have to work. But you?
That's nice. I'll be around here. I'll be working here.
On the 4th?
Yeah.
Good.
And the weekend.
Oh, wow, look at that. A little spike here.
Yeah.
Kathy's got the day off.
Leah's going camping?
Leah says it's her 17th anniversary camping on the west side of Michigan. Congrats. Nancy and Richard are both retired.
That's nice.
Clifford's on vacation. Oh, no. Vicky Voakis Romanap has a summer cold.
No. Protein coffee? Maria, what is protein coffee?
I don't know. Coffee with milk in it?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or a hunk of beef. The city of St. Petersburg in Florida and its police department want to get to the bottom of the graffiti that has been popping up around downtown. The drawings look like butts, fannies, derrieres, posteriors, keisters, tukai, except with 3 cheeks instead of 2.
Except for 3, yeah. It's and apparently they're all over the city. There's like 20 of them.
You know what? Don't
Good
fault the
morning,
hustle.
California, and our friend Marion Heckman from Studio City out there or somewhere. I don't know. Culver City, maybe. Los Angeles, La Brea Tar Pits. I don't know. 3 buns. 3 buns on the wall.
I mean, I'm very much against graffiti. I think that if you want to create art, go buy a canvas, and do it right.
Too easy.
But it's still kind of funny. I mean, this is silly to see that someone put that mark all over the city, and that
What a
now
cool
that
building that was.
Yeah. Well, and it's shut down. It doesn't look like anyone's been doing anything with it, so. Getting to the bottom of the graffiti. Clifford, well done.
Yeah. Clifford is a smart ass. For the first time since 1989, Sony Music will be releasing vinyl records again, according to the BBC. The new wave of vinyl pressings will begin in March 2018 at a Japanese factory outside of Tokyo. You will recall that along with, as I recall, Philips, I believe it was Sony and Philips, they were working on competing technology for digital compact disc. And did they join forces? I'm trying to remember how that all went down, but Sony was definitely at the forefront of compact disc technology back in the late 80s.
Now, I have an amazing story about the compact disc, okay? Now, when they first came out with it, they wanted it to be 10 centimeters long, so it was the same size as a cassette tape.
Okay.
And the chief engineer at Sony, prior to becoming an engineer, was a opera singer. His name was Norio Ogo. And he wanted, if it was 10 centimeters, it was only going to be able to hold 36 minutes worth of music. And he said that Beethoven's Ninth Symphony should be able to be played in full without having to switch sides or change discs. So that's why the compact disc is 120 minutes, or 80 minutes, right? 80 minutes.
That is why you watch this program. Mm-hmm. I mean, do we qualify as a program?
I think so. Yeah.
I think the cutoff is usually 59 viewers, so we're good.
And I mean, personally, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is like the best thing ever written. It's incredible. So it totally makes sense that you would do that.
Jason Colthorpe, how about the chest hair medallion on that producer?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jason. You know what he calls me? Chest Roth.
Is he back there? There he is. Oh, the morning meeting is going on the other side of this monitor, all the way on the other side of the newsroom in the conference room.
And apparently they're watching us.
Apparently so. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4, calling John out for his chest hair. My buddy John up in the Flint market, we have a mutual friend named Tasso, and Tasso is always rocking like the open like Hawaiian shirt down to like here. And he's really hairy-chested, so John always like, will you put that hamburger away? Calls it hamburger for some reason. Always used to make me laugh. Is that Priya, man? What's going on? Nothing. It's Jason Colthorpe giving John a hard time about his chest hair.
In the comments section of our Facebook Live.
I never noticed your. Oh, you have nice chest hair.
Thanks.
Like,
This-
it's not like
No, it's not. It's not,
freedom.
Yeah. It's like I have the Austin Powers look going on.
It's better. This is a little better. Austin Powers
Yeah.
is a little better.
Too much.
This thing has gone totally sideways.
We're done now. Thanks, guys.
See you later. A Colorado woman was briefly trapped inside her vehicle after a bear snuck into her garage. Apparently, the same bear has been terrorizing the neighborhood.
I found the bear. It's right here.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
coming out. I found the bear. Look at that. Hey, do you like my bow tie?
Back to the bear. Good to see you, Colthorpe.
Shoot, bear, shoot.
Oh, that's going to be next. Well, coming up. Yeah, hang out for a second. Let's go wide, and we'll skip ahead to the cougar.
Wait. Who's? You're okay. Jason's going cougar hunting.
Reverse that.
You're being hunted by cougars?
Thank you.
Yes. A black bear found himself in a sticky situation earlier this week. Dylan Hughes and Alan Lester were working at a construction site in Gatlinburg, Tennessee on Monday. They say that's when a black bear climbed into their van and stole a jar of peanut butter.
But Yogi, what about the Ranger?
Andrew Palazzolo wants an autograph from Jacob.
I'm a big deal. What can I say? I'm famous.
Dawn is late to the party. Dawn, you have missed it. We had improvised musical shenanigans, an appearance from John's chest hair.
Starring appearance.
Maria says, Jason, one of your viewers, Kevin, is an incredible portrait artist. Okay.
So let's bring Jason Colthorpe out here and talk cougars, huh?
Are you going to change the camera shot? Oh, there
Yep.
he is. Wildlife officials in Michigan had confirmed the first ever sighting of a cougar in the state's lower peninsula.
Oh, yeah.
Local 4's Jason Colthorpe went out to Bath Township to check it out.
Oh, yes. I was hunting for the cougars.
As opposed to the
Cougar,
usual
singular.
situation, which is the cougars are hunting him.
I get it. Fighting them off with sticks and brooms. Ladies, leave me be. The funny thing in the newsroom was, I've got a picture right here, and they kept pulling up Mara McDonald. I'm like, all right, yeah. Are you sending me up to Bath Township or not? No, yeah, it's Rose Lake, this area, a big
it right
wildlife reserve. Yeah, that was the picture. This is the story. And if you look at the picture, you kind of think, this guy here has been with the DNR 10 years, seen lots of hoaxes, photoshops, things like that. They looked at this picture, they went out and were able to look at the evidence that was at the scene, and they're like, this is a cougar. And for the first time, spotted in lower Michigan since they were ran out of Michigan, one has been seen, and they've seen him in the UP like 3 dozen times. So,
Are
but
we going to play the story?
Yeah, we can play the whole story. Yeah.
How long is it?
it's only a minute 15.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, let's play it.
I think it's an excellent
I'm sure.
journalistic
I'm sure it probably
vehicle.
and quality.
Oh yeah.
In Lower Michigan,
The animal went back and paused for a second. He was able to get a picture of it, and then it went off into the weeds again.
in his 10 years with the DNR, Chad Fedewa has seen his share of cougar hoaxes, whether it's Photoshop or photos from another state. But they take every sighting seriously.
You know, we expected up in the UP where they're coming from the west across Wisconsin. For it to show up here in Lansing is pretty interesting.
Fedewa says cougars can travel long distances, sometimes thousands of miles, but a cougar on the move from the Dakotas to mid-Michigan without being spotted makes you wonder how.
At this point, you know, we can't verify whether it is an actual wild animal that is transient from another population, or if it could have potentially been released or an escaped pet.
It's certainly possible. We had a black bear down here a couple years ago.
Dan Friderisi lives in Bath Township and is also a biologist, so this stunning sighting really hits home.
Well, actually, it makes me concerned. We have 2 dogs that are medium size, and I don't worry about them because there are 2 of them with the coyotes. But with a cougar about, I think I would be worried about the dogs.
All right, so there you have it.
And let's not lose sight of the fact that there's a mailbox. This is a house. This is, you know, there are homes around. This morning I was listening to some radio from that area, and people were calling in talking about, oh yeah, for the last 2 or 3 years, me and my hunting partner, we saw a couple. We've seen the cougar, and they're talking about this very general area, Sleepy Hollow State Park. If anybody's gone up there to camp out and things like that. And the other part of this is, a couple of interesting things. They say, you know, it's interesting to the people to see cougars coming back to Michigan where they once were. They were kind of run out to the west by 1900. Now they're kind of coming back. I find that very interesting. But how did this one get in mid-Michigan? I mean, because it didn't come across the bridge and come down that way. They migrate from the west, and usually they're in the UP because they go across Wisconsin. But if this one came down and around and wasn't spotted until now in mid-Michigan, that seems very interesting. Maybe this is someone's exotic pet that was set loose. That's a theory, too.
It probably could have taken the ferry.
Yes. Could have jumped on the ferry.
One of the first stories I did at Wajibka, the other place that I worked here in the market, Wajibka, figure it out, was over by Belleville, and it was there were cougar tracks in the mud outside of a house near Belleville, and that was like in 2004 or something like that.
Well, yeah, my point being, if this is a legit sighting and not someone's exotic pet that was set free, it's not crazy to think they would be in Metro Detroit as well, or one could be. Because they have documented proof of a cougar migrating from the Dakotas that was hit by a vehicle in Connecticut. They were able to trace it back all the way, 2,000-mile trek. So, cougars, man. But they don't go after people. They're nocturnal, and you scare them off. You don't
do.
Yeah.
Especially if they smell like aqua velva.
I'm sorry. Some cougars do. Ladies. I'm not Mr. Chestroth over there, but
Chestroth.
Now, before we go any further, we should talk about Michigan's Power Peninsula. I think.
Peninsula. The Power Peninsula. If you noticed the banner a moment ago, it said Power Peninsula.
Some people caught that.
Oh, are they saying it? Yeah. The Lower Peninsula. Bam!
Just trying to keep you interested.
You know how they say persistence is the key to success? Hot devil drumlets back at KFC because a kid willed them into existence.
Oh, where is this kid? You got to have him on the show. Thank you. Bring back my spicy drumlets. Yes.
Singapore.
Well, maybe we'll spring for a. Don't be hangry, or I'm angry because you guys won't bring back the hot devil drumlets.
And so what? He tweeted this every day.
Yeah, he would tweet it almost every day for like a year at the Singapore KFC
hot devil
account.
drumlets.
And then finally, they messaged him, and they were bringing him back.
That's fantastic. Power of persuasion. Kenny, happy Friday, buddy.
TV's
happy
Ken.
Friday.
What are you doing for the weekend?
I am relaxing, chilling, not going up north. I'm going to be one of the few people not up north, I think.
Really?
Got to work Monday.
Somebody's got to stay in the Power Peninsula.
Somebody's got to be in the power area.
The Video Arcade exhibit at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York. Yes, there is such a thing. 23 classic arcade games on display. Take a look.
Give me Galaga. Challenge anybody to Galaga right now.
That was mine.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one game that I got most bang for the buck in the quarter, was Galaga.
Yeah. You could play all day. That's a good point. Yeah, the ones where you're in and out.
Spy Hunter was another good one.
That's a good one. Miss Pac-Man was always good. I grew tired of that after a while, but
I remember playing Rampage. Playing a lot of
Rampage was the one where he just ran around in circles, a little guy, and his.
No, you had the three monsters breaking down the buildings.
oh yeah. Does anybody remember Double Dribble, the basketball game? It had two.
Barely.
It had two things like this, and this is how you shot really quick. And I'd had this little thing worked out. I'd go. I was a
That
whiz.
worked?
I thought I was going to the NBA just because of Double Dribble.
How about the game
Frogger, Miss Pac-Man.
Contra? Remember Contra?
Yeah,
The
Contra.
AK-47 that was attached to the console.
Oh yeah, definitely.
World Series, playing home run.
Oh, what was it? What was that one? Oh, was that Mortal Kombat? That was. I never
Was it?
liked
No,
Tron.
I'll go
Tron
back.
was a little too much for me.
How about
What's the other one I loved?
Defender and Stargate? Stargate was like Defender, only harder.
I know those. Yeah, right there. Oh, that is Mortal Kombat. What's the other one I'm thinking? Oh, it wasn't an arcade game, but
Double
Street
Dragon?
Fighter.
oh, Street Fighter. That was
Street
Double
Fighter,
Dragon.
that
What I
was-
was
that
just
was
looking at.
Nintendo.
Double Dragon. What's Chuck? What's the football game? Super
Tecmo Bowl.
Super Tecmo Bowl. Yeah,
Tecmo
That's
Super Bowl, right?
Super Tecmo Bowl. That's the all-time.
You're talking the wrong guy.
Bo Jackson,
Oh,
1991,
it's
Super NES.
We had the.
I went to college with a guy who flunked out because he couldn't stop playing it. He couldn't stop. He couldn't leave his
flunked
dorm
out of
room.
college?
He flunked out of college.
Doesn't speak well of our alma mater.
He was from Wyandotte. I'll never forget that. Lance, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out. And he just wouldn't leave his room. And we're like, yeah, he's failing out of school, but he's not leaving. He just can't stop playing. Super technical.
Centipede was.
Centipede.
Polaroid, let's take a second to talk about the old camera.
Asteroids, good call.
There's a movie coming out. Polaroid camera kills people.
The
I
movie?
kid you not.
Isn't this kind of the plot of Remember Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where the cell phones killed people? Her fake movie.
It's like The Ring and Final Destination. The Polaroid camera actually kills people.
Well, maybe these sorts of things
It's
have jumped the shark.
barely worth talking about.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think we've talked about that one enough.
Why do I have this 13 things to do in Metro Detroit this weekend?
I thought, well, what are we going to do this weekend? What's going on in the D?
Yeah.
Rib
guys talked about
Fest,
that.
Detroit hustles harder. Oh,
What did I do?
you're stepping on my mic.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't
Ever. Just a little food for thought out there.
Don't step on my mic. Asteroid Day at Cranbrook. Cars
Happy
Under the
weekend,
Stars. Oh, there goes Jason Colthorpe.
I'm out. I'm turning it back over to the professionals. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend. You know what you should do is get a joke gold medallion for John.
Oh, yeah. Fancy, but it would cover up the chest hair medallion.
You don't want to do that.
Coming at me. That's a horror movie. Forget the cool movie. That's a horror movie.
He just called your chest hair a horror movie.
Well, it's the first time he used the phrase chest Roth instead of step Roth. I thought, wow, where have all of my friends been? Like, how did there was such a missed opportunity my entire life that no one used it? And yeah, that was the first time he threw that out there. It was amazing.
Wasn't there a chest rock or something like that? I mean, chest Roth.
Chest Roth.
Maria says she was horrible at Centipede. Brum, 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 brum. No, it's actually Clifford. You get to play the games. There's an interactive art exhibit, the Museum of the Moving Image. We should turn that into a running bit.
What?
Jason Colthorpe being chased by cougars.
I love it.
We provide our own sound effects here on Jason Carr Live.
We
Yes,
have
we
sound
do.
effects. We just don't have the means to play them.
Yes. We got some work to do on this show.
Bye, Miss Santos. You have a great weekend yourself. Stephanie Johnson. Maria says, hi, Stephanie Johnson. See Jason I shared. I don't see her. Do you? Well, anyway, we have a little show at 10 o'clock to do called Live in the D on TV with myself, Chuck, and Tati. Number one in women 25-54 for the second day in a row.
Hey! All right.
Thanks. For those of you who watch both this travesty and that shining example of infotainment.
Pretty good. 2 days in a row, you say?
2 days in a row, number one at 10 a.m. with women 25-54, the prized demographic for advertisers.
Well, we got 3 days in a row coming up.
Hopefully tomorrow morning when the ratings come out, we'll be able to say 3 days in a row.
What's the streak? Do you guys have like a board upstairs and you keep the count? This many days since our last accident?
We take note of any growth, any audience expansion. We're always happy to take any and all viewers that we can obtain at the expense of that other channel or channels. It is what it is. Been a year, but I still, well, you know. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. She says, I enjoy your show every day. Have a great weekend. Robert, you have a great weekend as well. Oh, there's Stephanie Johnson. Happy 4th of July to you as well, Pat. We'll see you on TV at 10 o'clock for Live in the D.
Stay classy, Detroit.